So Halloween Kills officially comes out tonight, and I will review that tomorrow, but I really wanted to make a video talking about the 2018 Halloween because a few nights ago I talked about the original. I just did a movie night on it, not an official review, and this isn't an official review. This is just a series I started, I think, back in like 2020, and it's just revisited. I watch a movie for the first time in like a few years, and then I share my updated thoughts on it, see if anything's changed, experiences, and all that. And last night I rewatched Halloween from 2018. And to be completely honest, when I first saw it, I wasn't the biggest fan. I thought it was fine. I didn't really think it was bad, but of course the original is one of my favorites of all time, and I've only seen the original, the 2018 one, and tonight in like an hour I'm going to see Halloween Kills. I will have seen Halloween Kills before this video is actually uploaded, but anyway, I watched it again last night. I watched Halloween 2018 again last night, and my thoughts didn't exactly change. Like, I still have the overall same opinions on it, but I will say the strengths went up, but the weaknesses also went down. So that's why it kind of like leveled out to what it used to be. There's a lot to love in this movie. There's also a lot of things I hate. So my biggest positive with the film is just the kills. They are awesome. I assume it'll be the exact same for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I think that the kills here are great. They're extremely bloody. They seem realistic, and I love them. I think that they're really great here. Obviously, the score accompanies them very well, and I think that the added characterization to Michael Myers was so great because it actually gave him a little bit of depth. Now, once again, I have not seen any of the older sequels because I know this one just kind of retcons them though. Like, it just totally just like, yep, no, that didn't happen. I think retcon's the right word. So for me, that's good considering I haven't seen any other ones yet. I'll watch them maybe this year, maybe next year, probably next year. There are a few I do want to watch, but not all of them, but I will one day watch all of them. But I think that it works when you actually care about what is happening on screen, because that's one of the things with this movie. That's one of my problems, is that in that first act, the whole side plot, again, spoilers, I'll give a spoiler warning here. If you haven't seen the movie, I'd be surprised that you're watching the video, but spoiler warning for this one and of course the original, but that's just in case. I don't even know if I'll talk about it. But the whole plot with the podcast people, I guess, is just so pointless and takes away so much from the movie for me. Like, they're not bad at all. There's one really terrible ADR scene, which I think is so funny here because the original has the one scene where the one person gets choked out in the car and they use the exact same audio clip twice. But there's one time where I'm watching and he starts saying something. It's right at the end of the interview with Jamie Lee Curtis or Lord, whatever you want to say. And he says something and I forget what it is. I'll put the clip in here. And at the very end of the word, his mouth is completely off from what he said.
I think he might speak with you.
That's, again, just a tiny nitpick that always happens in movies. They always have to ADR a lot of scenes that doesn't really matter, but that's something I noticed. But I just really don't care about those characters. So when they get killed off, sure, the scene's cool where Michael Myers is like dropping the teeth and he's slamming everybody's head against the wall. Like, sure, that's cool, but I also don't care at all, and it really slows down the movie. And that's something about the original that I think is so cool, because that movie is extremely, like, I'm going to go into this, it's an extremely open movie, whereas this one feels very tight and condensed, like, in not a good way though. Like, normally I say that in a good way, but it just feels like there's a lot they need to get through, and they waste so much time in the first act, but then in the second and third act, it's like just flies through it for me. I don't know, that's at least how I feel watching this movie. I know a lot of people really love the movie, but for the original, there are tons of scenes where, you know, they'll just linger on a shot of Michael just carrying out a body, and it will be for like 20 seconds long, yet it doesn't feel like unnecessary or anything. I do think the atmosphere of this movie is captured really well, but that whole subplot, I guess, in that first act is really pointless, and I don't care about any of the new characters. I mean, I like them enough to watch them on screen, and that's one thing I do have to say with the movie. It is totally watchable. I don't watch it and go, oh my god, this is such a bad movie. Like this, apparently. But when I'm watching it, I also don't care what the hell's gonna happen to some of these characters. Of course I care about Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie here. I think that she's very good, and I think that everybody's very good in the movie. I think the lead kind of co-star teenage girl is very good in the movie, and same with the parents. They're good, except for the dad does die. That one line though, with the peanut butter, what the hell? Where did that come from? Like, they're good enough, but I just really don't care for their characters. They try to set up this thing with Laura Strode and having them, you know, like it's her grandmother and she can't see him, and it's a whole thing with like a bad childhood with her mom, and I don't know, it's just one of those things that I just don't care about. Like, I really should care about it, but while watching I was just like, oh my god, can we like do something? And yeah, there are some very good scenes here. Again, as I said, the kills are awesome. That little kid and the whole babysitter scene is awesome. That is an amazing scene. I will say it's probably the best scene in the entire film. The whole ending showdown is good, but again, feels a little bit rushed. It feels like there should be more to it. I do like how this movie is extremely R-rated and the kills are gruesome, and I'm excited to see how it will work in Halloween Kills tonight. Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I am still excited for the movie tonight. Although I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, I'm a much bigger fan of the original, obviously, but I feel like that's a given. I'm still excited to see what they're going to do in Halloween Kills. I know it won't fully satisfy me. It's basically like going to see part 1 of something, because we already know Halloween Ends is coming out, but I have heard it's actually better than this one, so that excites me. I know a lot of people love this one. I think my rating still stays the same as a 2.5 out of 5. Again, this isn't an official review or anything. It's just one of those things where I talk a lot about it, kind of like a spoiler review in a way, but revisiting it, I kind of just had the same thoughts, just I felt stronger about the good things and also stronger about the weak things, if that makes sense completely. But I want to know what you think of Halloween 2018, or really any of them. Let me know all that in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.